Hello there, and as usual, I'm Peter from Red Planet Programming. In this episode, we're going to install and set up the Consus desktop client. To start, we need to first download the prerequisites and the client itself. To do that, we go to downloads.redplanetprogramming.co.uk. If you go to the redist, where you'll find the redistributable crystal reports, you install this if you wish to print out the crystal reports for production reports, stock, and other reports. We go back to applications, and here we have Consus and desktop. So we'll start with the prerequisite. We go to redist, crystal reports, and we will download and install the crystal reports runtime. Okay, so we just install the crystal reports. This could take a few minutes, so we will skip to after the install. Okay, so crystal is now installed. Now we can go back and applications, Consus, and we're installing the desktop client. Now here we want to find the latest version. In this folder you'll find every version of Consus since it was created. We're currently on version 11. That's 1.0.0.11. So we will press OK, download the executable, and run the setup.exe. We just press next through the menus. Let the Consus install, and there we go. Consus has now installed. The installation is as simple as that. Next, when we run the application, we run Consus, and you're presented with this screen. This is the first time, and probably the only time you actually see this version of the screen. This is where you set up your connection. So first of all, the name or IP address of your SQL server. Then the database name. Do you want to use SSL security connections? This will encrypt any data across a network. Very useful if you're using a cloud-based SQL server or just a general web server. Not necessary in a corporate network or an internal network, but still recommended. And are you using Windows authentication? This is only useful in the event you are using a Windows domain and the database is local to your domain. If you are using a hosted solution, a cloud-based solution, or just not using a domain, you will need to enter SQL Server username and SQL Server password. These are not your username and password for the software, but the username and password for the SQL Server. So in our case, we'll be using Consus demo. And we just test and save. And these lights are all green to say everything was correct. If we had the password incorrect, we would have got a warning about the password being incorrect. There we go. Then we need to log into the software. Oh, this here you can see the version number we're currently utilizing, 1.0.0.11. And we will just log in under the default username. And there we go. So the main Consus program has now been installed. Let's give a quick rundown of the menus. For 0.1.1 we have sales, which has customers, sales orders, and dispatches. Onto production, we have production entry, bill of materials, and our touchscreen simulator. This program is in the event you want to run the touchscreen from the PC as just a quick look at your production figures, or if you don't actually have the touchscreen module, you can run the simulator from here. We also have the reports on the right hand side here, a yield report and a production report. Under purchases, we have the consignments, suppliers, and the consignment report. Under stock, we have products, product groups, a stock write-off, consignment receipts, and stock report. Farming currently contains fields, plots, and the variety of products. And under settings, we have users. Top right corner contains one button. giving you two options to look at your account, which we'll go through later in the user maintenance section. Support, which will give you general information on how to contact Red Planet regarding support issues. About, which will tell you about your current version, for example, database version, application version, when your license expires, who it's licensed to, how many users you have, what the current user is logged in as, database size, database name, type of SQL server, and any modules you may have installed. From here you can also log off. This is the screen you would normally see when you would run the program. As you can see, the database details are missing. You can just press connection setup to get them back in case you change server name or change the password. These can change at any time. The data is all encrypted. So that concludes the actual install and setup of the Consus desktop client. It's a fairly simple client install procedure. So as usual, I hope this video has been helpful and informative. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.